world. This is Overtime with Terrence and Leon, presented by Bronze Gut Twiller, a WRBI original production, also being brought to you by FCN Bank. FCN, building stronger communities. Leon, you're a girl dad. I'm a girl dad. Dude, I get excited when I see young females excelling.
It's funny. As I read the article and heard the news, my first thought was, I wonder if I can get her to teach my kids how to wrestle.
Well, listen, if you want somebody to do it, this is the one. Please help me welcome to the program the new 125-pound state champion of Indiana, Kayla Roell.
Thanks,
Kayla. Hey, we are so glad to have you on the program. Take me to that exact moment. That exact moment they raise your hand up. You are the new 125-pound state champion. What was that like for you?
You know, it was really nerve-wracking beforehand. So finally getting all the nerves cut out from me, and then it's all adrenaline from there, just feels amazing. And just having the people cheer for you in the stands, and then knowing you have people back in your hometown behind your back is just amazing. I got to feel the moment with my father because he's been through everything with me since I was about 7 years old. He's been my coach. He's been my dad. So the moment was just amazing. And it only happens once in your life. So took it all in.
So, Kayla, how did you get introduced to wrestling?
So my younger brother started wrestling before I did. And before that, my dad was actually a high school wrestler. He quit his junior year, though. But not the point. My little brother decided he was going to do it. And he might be younger than me, but he has still a great influence on me. He still does a bunch more than I do sometimes. So I decided I was going to hop into it. And I put all my effort into it. That's what I do during the winter season.
So what was your brother's reaction to having a state champion in the household?
Well, he is the middle child, so he was like, oh, okay. He didn't really care. He says he doesn't care, but I had other people tell me that he was really proud of me.
That's awesome.
What do you have you stopped to think how big of a deal this is, being the first ever?
You know, sometimes it doesn't really hit me until I'm in a room by myself and I go back to the moment and I think about it and I'm like, dang, I really did win state. I really will be the first and only 120-pounder winner for the rest of history. Mm-hmm. So it really doesn't hit me until I think about it in depth.
Did Mr. Langferman have a big thing for you when you got to school?
We didn't do so much as a high school, but I did go to the elementary and I talked to the youngsters. At 11:45 p.m., we did have a little parade for me, and I loved it, seeing the town trail behind me. And it just means a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, those fire truck parades with the sirens going and people are coming out, and particularly when it's like in your case at 11:45 at night, when you know that town is dead asleep, and they come out to greet you like that. I mean, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great because we are a small town and we like to cherish everyone's moments and bring out the best because we all are everyone's support. Our town is really, really small. So having the fire trucks come out because we're all family and friends. We all know each other. So it means a lot, like a lot.
Good deal.
So at what moment did it hit you that I'm a pretty good wrestler?
I'd say about mid throughout the year, I had one loss, and I decided I was going to go to a bunch of different wrestling club things, and I practiced nonstop, and I had this one coach. He was by my side, aside from my school coaches, Nick Spatola, and he told me the time and the effort and the work ethic that I've put in, it's showing, and that I'm going to win a state title. And like that encouragement showed me to look at my different points of views, and it really did show that I did have the momentum to win state because I had won a bunch of different tournaments that year that were really
So
Yeah,
great.
Leon, hang on, Leon. She being modest, okay? She's being extremely modest. Since Leon, you probably don't know this, and maybe some of our listeners don't know, but Kayla, tell them how and where did you participate as far as wrestling last year? Did you wrestle girls or did you wrestle boys last year?
Last year and all the previous years before that, I wrestled boys. This is the first year that I wrestled girls full time.
Leon, she was
wait a minute.
pinning boys and making them.
You wrestled
Yes.
boys this whole time, and then you let another girl beat you? Seriously?
No, it's really devastating.
Now, the one that beat you, did you have to beat her again? Did you have to go against her again?
She was. If I had to wrestle her again, it was gonna be in the quarterfinals, or the quarterfinals, and she got beat. So I had to wrestle the girl that she got beat by, and I ended up pinning her as well.
So you being a state champion wrestler, is this something you want to pursue like in college?
I was just having this conversation with my mother today. The career that I want to go for is a 2-year program, but I really want to go wrestle in college. I want to pursue this as long as I can because you only have a few more years after college or during college, and then it kind of just fades away, and it's still going to be a part of you, but you can't make it a lifestyle as much. So
So
I do want to go to college to wrestle.
have you thought about schools you want to go to?
I thought about some in close Indiana ones like Manchester University, but the dream college really is Iowa. It is a really big girls wrestling school, and it's really hard to get into. But I'm trying to keep up my grades, and there's also some other schools that I have in mind that are really great, like Oklahoma University is one. And then again, just anywhere in Indiana to stay close to home.
So,
What
I mean, go ahead, Terrence.
what other girls sports do you participate in on the high school level?
I'm also a soccer player. I have played that since I was about 4 years old. So all the sports I've done, I've started at a really young age.
Okay, so have you had an opportunity to meet another state champion named Mason Paris?
Actually, so he is originally from 20 minutes from my small town. So
What?
yep, he's from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, so that's just 20 miles down the road. And he was actually at one of the camps I went to during Christmas break while everyone was taking a break. I was out practicing on Christmas Eve. He came in and he worked with a bunch of us high schoolers and little kids, and we got to spend 3 hours with him and got training.
So
Wow.
what was it? So seeing somebody like Mason, is he kind of like the rock star to everybody?
Yeah, Mason is a very big idol for everyone, I feel like, in the Indiana world because of his accomplishments and how far he's gotten. He is a really great wrestler, and he also is a great person. He's a super nice guy and generous and willing to give up his time so he can help us young wrestlers come up.
Yeah, we interviewed him in another podcast before he went to the Olympics, and he was impressive. He talked about how important his faith was and things like that, and it was really really cool to hear somebody talk about that.
Yeah, he's a really nice person. I do look up to him.
Okay, of course, you and I, we've had a chance to talk before and in the past. The way I understand it, please correct me though if I'm wrong, there actually has been some history as far as Indiana female wrestlers. There were some Olympic female wrestlers from Indiana. Is that right?
Yeah, there's been 2 of them. I can't name them off the top of my head, but Indiana is really grown in the girls wrestling sport. It's grown dramatic. There's been 2 in the past 2 years, and I believe one won last year.
Wow.
So so when you think about the Olympics, would you want to do that?
I feel like it is something I want to do, but I feel like I haven't got to that point, but then again, I didn't believe I was going to be a state champion this year. So I think anything's possible if you put in the work with the time.
Who in your life keeps you grounded? Keeps you from getting a big head?
Definitely my practice partner, Matthew Baylor, went to state his freshman year, and then also my dad, because he is really difficult on me, so he wants to keep me level with everyone else. And as soon as I won state that Monday, he was like, you need to go back to high school practice and needed to practice like you never won a tournament this year, because if you keep remembering that you won state and you don't want to put in that extra work, you're never going to get anywhere more.
So when you look at this whole journey, Kayla, and let's go back to the end of last season to the point where they're raising your arm up as a state champion. What would you say the most difficult part was in that journey?
Just putting wrestling is a really difficult sport mentally and physically. Um, the end of last year, I'm mostly a part-time wrestler. I don't wrestle full-time here. And I wish I did take that for granted, and I wish I did do it. I'm trying to do that more this year, but getting yourself back in that mental shape of doing anything and everything, and practicing 5 to 7 days a week, and putting in 2 to 3 hours a day, and also you have weight cutting in there to keep your body in the correct shape and to keep your body motivated. And then you got school on top of that. So it's just keeping your body and your mind in shape year round, no matter what.
So let me ask you a question. You talked about the weight cutting. Do people tend to be more careful with you when they talk about weight cutting, being that they worry about girls versus boys, or is it not a big deal?
I don't think anyone looks at it as a big deal, as in from my point of view. Now, other families that have different parent rules, they might look at it in a different way. But since I've been doing it for a long time, you understand the conditions you have to put yourself through sometimes. And it's not necessarily all that bad. It keeps you in shape. You're in your best performance. You're at your best. Like, it's good for you, but it comes with its downfalls.
So
So
the
what's the
picture.
most what's the most weight, Kayla, you've had to cut going into an event?
Probably the most I've done. It was back in 2019. I went to an Iowa Nationals with the Indiana girls team. So I think in 2 weeks I had to cut 15 pounds, which is not very healthy. But
Whoa.
things had to be done, and I really wanted to be on that team, and you have to put in the work that you want to get out. So that was very, very harsh, but
Did you feel like you lost a lot of your power and strength?
sometimes if you do it within a certain amount of time constraint, it does feel like you're weak and you don't want to move or do anything. But I think I did it in a timely manner in some way that it wasn't that bad.
So help
And
me understand. Go ahead.
once you refuel after your weigh-ins and you eat all that food and drink all the drinks, you feel better. So it's not as bad.
So when they say cutting weight, tell our listeners what that means.
So, most people, it's about 4 pounds if you're like a little wrestler, but most of the time it's cutting out all your sweet treats, all that extra junk food, all those second plates. But it's mostly just keeping you a healthy person and drinking water most frequently. If you want to sweat a bunch, you have to drink a bunch of water throughout the day, and that keeps the body the fluids flowing through you. So it's healthy, and then eating your fruits and veggies as substitutes for all those sweets.
How long
So
does it
what
take? How long does it take you to get in wrestling shape?
Wrestling shape, everyone's like, football super hard to get in shape for, soccer is, and I play soccer and it is nothing like it. It takes about 2 or 3 months to get in full shape.
Oh, oh.
I maybe if you're lucky, maybe a month and a half, but I start training in about August, and I don't wrestle till October. That way I'm in my best shape before I even start. And then as well as going to tournaments, we wrestle 6 minutes at like maximum, sorta, if you're not going into overtime. But like you're using every muscle in your body, so you have to train every muscle and keep your lungs in shape and being able to like control your breathing. That's a really big thing.
Now, I know I'm never supposed to ask a female this question, but based on the context of our conversation, Kayla, what's your walk around weight?
Right now, after state, it's been about 2 weeks. I'm walking around at 126, 127. So we get a 2 pound allowance after Christmas break. So we weigh in, and you have to be under 120 before then. And then after,
Right.
weigh 122. So I gained about 5, 6 pounds, and that's eating plenty.
Bruins Guts Willer is the right choice for your next construction project. We strive to deliver unparalleled service to our clients by focusing on craftsmanship and quality. Our core values of integrity, professionalism, and fair pricing all but ensures our clients receive the best possible experience. Whether it's commercial construction, remodeling an existing space, or even building a luxurious home, we offer a comprehensive suite of construction management services. So before you break ground, give us a call at 812-934-2105. Bruins Guts Willer, building a better future for southeastern Indiana for over 100 years.
You know, Leon, one of the things that I like most about working and living in Batesville, it's the community. Batesville has a little something for everyone, and FCN Bank is the exact same way. Whether it's my personal or business needs, FCN offered me an array of banking products and services that would fit my every banking need. Don't take my word for it. You should check it out yourself at www.fcnbank.com. FCN Bank, building stronger communities. Member FDIC.
Okay, I've been holding off on this for as long as I could. But Kayla, please explain to our listeners where you physically are right now.
I am right now in my race car shop.
Shut up.
Yes. So I am a race car driver on top of that. That's why I'm only a part-time wrestler, is so that I can travel the country and race in 900 horsepower cars.
Goodness gracious. Okay, first off, I never said this to you before in our previous meetings. I'm like a huge race car nut. I love auto racing. So when I found out about Kayla Roell racing, I've really on the inside just been geeking out, and I haven't shown it. I played it kind of cool. I kept it in, but now I'm seeing you in your race car garage, and I'm tripping. I mean, that's incredible. That really is incredible.
I've done this for the longest amount of time. This is really where my heart stands. I love wrestling, but racing has my life. I've done it since I was 3 years old. I've progressed in it so much. I've made history marks in it just as much as wrestling, if not more. I then again also get to beat the boys' butts in this, so always a plus. But that's where all my family and friends come from, is my racing community. That's where my support comes from as well. And just like having moments there, moments in racing community is just upfilling, and that's kind of why I'm so good at talking, because I've had multiple interviews during racing. So it gives, there's more to it than what meets the eye.
So with your racing, what level can it eventually get you to?
I think there's the sky's quote the limit. It depends on what kind of pathway you want to take. Right now, I'm on the dirt pathway, so I'm going to be racing with USAC somewhat, which is the United States Auto Racing. I can't remember what the thing is, but I'm going to race with them, and then there's more opportunities you can get, like you can race.
Outlaws.
Yes, I really want to race with the World of Outlaws. I love those. I have yet to race a winged 410 yet, though, so it's just another step over that. But then you have NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One above that, and I've yet to race any asphalt particular cars, and I'm not against them. It's just not in our region. So,
All right, let's go
So,
ahead. Let's just map out the whole career. So you're going to go to Outlaw, and then a little ARCA. You can race ARCA for a little bit, then trucks, and then after trucks, we'll put you on the Xfinity Tour, and then you'll go NASCAR. How's that sound?
I think that's a wonderful plan. Now we just got it's got to work out like that.
Right.
okay, so let me ask you. I mean, how do you balance all this? Well, so you said you started in August with wrestling, trying to get in wrestling shape. That's when soccer started.
So it never stops. I'm a really busy person. My friends always yell at me because every weekend is booked and every weekday is booked with practices. So if they want something, they better contact me in 2 months in advance. But I do homework after wrestling practice, and then my brother also. This is why I really do love him. He helps me out in the garage. He's my mini mechanic below my dad. So they work out in the shop, and then I have wrestling in the morning and Saturdays, and then I race on the weekends, and those are from like you leave at about 12 p.m. and you don't get home till 4 in the morning. It's
What?
really long, yes, depending on where it's at. And then, so soccer season starts in like July if I start conditioning then. And then wrestling, I practice only like 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays usually. And I could also practice Sundays at different clubs. And then I had practices during the week with whatever activity I have during that season.
So Kayla, just it sounds like just from hearing you talk that wrestling, racing, I mean, all of this is really a family affair, right? Dad's involved, brothers involved. I mean, this is really a big part of your family, right?
Yeah, me and my brother, so I have two little brothers. They both wrestle, they both race, and they both play soccer. So we all three are in the same sports. So it's
Wow.
not all mumble jumbled. But then my mom is also my little business person. She helps take care of like all the like money stuff, and she sells my t-shirts for me while we're at the racetrack. She also videos me.
Hang on. You got a t-shirt in the shop? You got a t-shirt?
I don't have any with me right now. We're just put some on order for Florida, so we're gonna have some then.
Oh wait. You're missing the lead. Florida?
Wait a minute. You got how do Terrence and I get a T-shirt?
If you're lucky.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. There you go. That's the right answer. So what's going on? What's going on with Florida? Talk to me about Florida.
So, USAC is hosting its annual thing where it goes down. They go down to Florida, and that's a week-long event. Sunday, February 10th is a practice day, and then we go to Volusia Speedway and Bubba Ocala Speedway, and we race for about a week, and then we come home.
That sounds
Okay,
like
so
a
how
pretty
do
good
you?
time.
So you're going to Florida for how long?
A week.
How do you keep up with school?
So I have to talk to my teachers in advance. So we are a small school again. So I talk to the principal, and then so I'm in pre-cal / trigonometry. So I'm talking to the teacher.
Of course she is.
Talking to the teacher right now, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna work out my learning. So I might have to get up early during the week and get on a video call so she can help talk me through because we're learning new stuff now and it's not a redo. So hopefully I don't fall behind.
Now, Kayla, are you using that trigonometry to figure out your fuel mix and make sure you got the right downforce and all of that so you go as fast as possible?
I can't say that I am.
That's all right. That's all right. Oh my goodness. All right. So I feel like we've been around the world in 80 days, right? We started talking about wrestling. You threw a little soccer in, and now we're on Kayla Roell racing. Is there something that we missed? Is there something else that you do that we don't know about?
I don't think so.
I was expecting you to tell me you had your own cooking show or something like that.
No, not yet. I cannot cook to save my life.
Okay, that's all right. I don't think you have enough time.
I don't think I do either.
All right, Kayla, listen, this has been a pleasure talking to you. And listen, a dream come true for me because I've been wanting to talk to you about racing since I found out that you race cars. So that was fun for me. We wish you all the continued success in the world, girl. I mean, go as high as you want to go. I truly expect to see you racing NASCAR one day, and I will be watching. Believe that.
Well, he's going to be watching, but I got your number. So if I see you jump on NASCAR, I'm texting for a pit pass.
Just push ignore when that comes in. All right. But yeah, Kayla, again, just thank you so much because you obviously have a lot going on. We don't want to keep you from your endeavors. Make sure you are ready to rock and roll for Florida coming up. But thank you so much for coming on the program.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was a great pleasure.
Yeah, so if you win the trophy in Florida, I mean, we got to get a parade or something together for that too, right?
If I win in Florida, it will mean another history mark because no female has won a USAC sprint car race.
Are you serious?
Oh, wow.
So, and then once I hit 3 more startings in USAC, I also have the highest record of female starts in USAC sprints.
Girl, you better work.
Kayla, you're impressive. Really, you should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, good luck.
And that's going to do it for this one. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making this show possible. They include Bronze Gutzwiller, the right choice for your next construction project, and FCN Bank, building stronger communities, member FDIC. Also, we'd like to thank our friends of the program. They include Margaret Mary Health, S&B Driving School, and Country 103.9 WRBI. And as always, subscribe, like, rate, and review. And remember, be a friend and tell a friend about Overtime with Terrence and Leon.